Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be giving general tips and family tips for each family member. Starting off with general tips, these are just going to be really quick. Don't commit to chase too much. Don't be in basement for long. And if you don't have a mic and you're playing solo queue, remember to use family focus to keep to remember where each family member is at. Alright, now talking about Leatherface, the first killer. Leatherface tips. Leatherface best build is any perks that give him damage, like big swings, violent, hypercephic strength, I think it's called. Whatever the perk that gives you more damage when you're 15% stamina, basically. You could use Scout if you want, but I don't recommend it, honestly. He's already pretty fast. Alright. Tip, destroy a lot of things if you can. If victims give you time, destroy barricades in basement. And once Grandpa wakes up, try to destroy stuff upstairs except for maybe doors. Unless you have time to. Next tip, don't ever have your chainsaw off. Just always have your chainsaw on and always have your overhead ready. Which, this is a basic tip. Everyone should know this. Whenever you break a barricade, whenever the barricade breaks, you can press the attack button to skip. As you can see in the video, it's actually gonna happen right now. But, yeah, as you see, it skips. Yeah. If you're in basement, you can spend a little bit more time in basement because you're fast and you can quickly go in basement and then get out. So, like, if you see someone just enter a well and there's stairs nearby, you can quickly run down them and maybe get a free kill. Yeah, that's all the tips I have for Leatherface, really. Best team comp to play with, Leatherface. The classic Hitchhiker and Cook Leatherface, comp. He works well with Johnny, so you can gang up on them in basement if they immediately wake up Grandpa. Because if Grandpa wakes up like 2 minutes into the match, Johnny shouldn't go in the basement at all. And the next other family member that goes with Johnny is either Hitchhiker, Nancy, or Cook. Alright, on to the next character. Alright, so now we're going to talk about Cook, or the old man. So, for Cook's early game, we're going to talk about, since the rest of the characters actually do something in early game while Leatherface destroys shit or kills victims in basement during early game. Alright, we're going to talk about the early game. For Cook, his early game is setting up his padlocks or collecting blood and setting up the padlocks to feed Grandpa and to defend. Best build with Cook is honestly security pin, scout, and serrated. Serrated will help with the loss of damage that you get with scout, and security pins is almost needed because how fucking strong proficiency is on victims. And yeah, pretty much main build I highly recommend. You can replace security pins with big swings. I don't recommend it though. It's just a fun damage build that you could do with Cook, but I don't recommend it. All right. General tips: always use family focus to keep track on your blocks. Nope, because you can check them from far away while you're grabbing blood, dealing damage to victims, something like that, basically. It's always good. It's always good to keep in mind how your padlocks are doing. Another good tip is move your padlocks. Like, for example, on generator side for slaughterhouse, you'll put 2 padlocks at the entrance for the generator side. Once one breaks, move the other padlock to the gate on generator side, or the door that is opened, unless the gate is open or both doors are open to lead to the generator side. Another example on slaughterhouse is the sliding door. If the side door is open, you can move the sliding door padlock to that one. If they open the sliding door and keep the padlock there, you'll move that padlock to the gate or to one of the open doors if one is open, the one that lead to the outside area for battery. You can just remember to always move your padlocks. You want to get value from all 3 of your locks at all times. His hearing ability isn't as good as it used to, but it's still good to use, especially if you need help in chase to get a victim out of the area or to let your other family members know where said victim is. All the tips for Cook. We're gonna move on to Hitchhiker. Alright, now we're gonna be talking about Hitchhiker. General tips for Hitchhiker. As a Hitchhiker main myself, there's a lot of important traps that you should keep in mind. So, for Family House, always have a trap at one of the window sides. Only one though. Next important trap for Family House is either the side garden side or the 2 stairs. 2 traps for each of one of the stairs. For gas station, you want to put a trap on the side of the house that has the barricade and then a well. That's the best I can explain it. And then 2 other traps. The one either goes to the side that leads to a well next to the generator side of the house. The one that has the wall space where the bathroom area, basically. I just remembered in the house. And if the Danny is dead or if there's no Danny. If there is a Danny, you want to put trap on Fuse and Valve. Fuse is always there. For Slaughterhouse, you want the first trap to be on the one next to the staircase, next to the generator side, in that small little hut where Grandpa can be on the roof or in the room inside. And depending if there's a Danny, your third trap, if there's no Danny, can go anywhere, basically. It's just the first trap is very important, and then the second trap is obviously going to go on Fuse. For Nancy's house, generator, or you can put it on or you can put the 2 traps on the doors for battery, or you Or you could put one trap if there's no Nancy. If there's no Nancy, you can put a trap at the front of the inside of the house, block the basement, and the other two traps, one for Fuse, and if there's no Danny or if the Danny's dead, you put one on Valve. Alright, so obviously you don't want to overcommit to chase, but remember, Hitchhiker is a chaser, so if you know you can guarantee a kill, you should commit to that chase as long as it's not above like 30 seconds or 15 seconds. Because victims will get out quickly if you're not paying attention to exits. So don't overcommit, especially if it's a Leland or Anna. They will drag out chase for long, and that's their main objective, to distract the family. And yeah, just remember to use wall spaces and crawl spaces to your advantage at all times. Best build for him, me personally, is Fired Up Scout and Wireframe. Alright, see you on Sissy. I won't have much tips for Sissy because I don't really play her. Some Sissy tips that I could give, that I can give, but they're probably not the best as I don't play Sissy. She's my least played family member, but I can try to give some. My favorite build with her is just the perk that gives Scavenger points, Serrated, and Fired Up. I think that's called Feral, the one that gives points to Scavenger. That's just my favorite build. It's not her best, obviously. I think her best build has, like, Scout. So, yeah. So, some tips that I will give that hopefully will help you if you're learning Sissy. So, in Chase, remember to use her poison and to block off areas. Well, victims will just run through it, but still, it's still a good idea to do. And when they go over a barricade, you should use your poison. You could also do that for wall spaces, since Sissy for some reason doesn't have wireframe. I hope they give it to her so she's more viable. Yeah. Her damage isn't great. You can feed Grandpa, unless there's a better blood collector like Nancy or Cook with blood builds, or just have Universal Donator. You can poison the healing bottles, so they don't heal victims and instead gives them a slight poison effect. You don't want to poison valves or fuses because it's only for the slight poison effect and nothing else. You don't get alerted, so it's worthless putting them on there. But healing objects, it's actually worthwhile, honestly, as it stops them from healing. Alright, that's all the tips I can give from my knowledge of playing Sissy. Bye. Alright, Johnny tips. I do play some Johnny, but probably not the best to ask for tips. Anyways, tips for Johnny. Johnny, early game is nothing, and if you're playing on Slaughterhouse, you could just close some of the crawl spaces, but other than that, nothing else Johnny can do. My favorite build with Johnny is Big Swings, Scout, and Fired Up. And his power is mediocre, so you don't really use it as much as you would hope you would. It's only good for finding victims in important objectives, which could help But most of the time, you're better off just playing Hitchhiker and just searching the area real quick. Johnny, in early game, can go in basement if they do wake up Grandpa super duper early. But if it's like 2 minutes in the match, like I said with the Leatherface tips, it's best for him to just not go in there and defend. This one's probably gonna be the shortest, maybe, because there's not much to give with Johnny. He's super simple to learn. All you have to do is just go in basement if victims wake up Grandpa early, or if the family feeds him early, or don't go down there if it takes too long. Yeah, Johnny's just really simple. Use your power to scout out, see if victims have like come upstairs and sorry. Sorry. Come upstairs and family house. Like just check out areas basically. Important areas, scout out visibility. If you find nothing, means no one's there. Duh. See ya. Alright, Nancy tips. I do play some Nancy, so I just got her recently, so I'm not the best with her, but I do have a really good understanding with her after grinding her to level 3 in just 3 days. But basically she had her early game is setting up barbed wires that can be set on crawl spaces, wall gaps, and door frames. Her other ability is the spying ability, which allows you to see the victim's point of view. It's very blurry unless you get clear vision on level 3. Her best build is the Poison Claws, which is just a little helper in chase. Pins and Needles to get more traps, possibly. And the last perk is Wait a Second, which adds 20 seconds, which makes victims not be able to remove their trap for 20 seconds. So, general tip, Nancy is not a chaser. She is a defender like Cook and Hitchhiker. Well, Hitchhiker can be a chaser too, but yeah, Nancy should be defending at all times. And keep in mind that family members can destroy her traps, so be careful of that. Basically, the best traps for all the maps, sorry. So in Family House, you want to put one in the side garden area. No, classic. The one next to the second door in the house, front of the house. And then one next to the kitchen area where the doorstep leads, where we are first introduced to Leatherface in the movie, basically. If you do end up getting an extra trap with pins and needles, you can put one on the door that leads to the dining room where Grandpa is at. For gas station, you put one on the middle, like, long crawl space area. Not crawl space. Wall gap area. For the second trap, you want to put it inside the house, into the kitchen area. Not a lot of victims can see it due to the area being very dark. And You want to put it in the bathroom wall gap, sorry. And if you do get an extra, you can put it right beside fuck, the one in the bathroom. Or unless the fuse is not in the house and it's outside of that mini shack, grandpa shack, you can put it on the wall space over there. For Slaughterhouse, you are watching a video right now of me playing Slaughterhouse, so you'll see the traps placement. Those are the best ones in my experience. In Nancy's house, we want to put one where um fuck, the basement area for the house area, and then one at the door neck in the garage area, and then one on that ladder side for the house in the between area. Victims like to go in that other area to because it's more stealthy for them to go there. So it's a pretty good trap. Hope you all enjoyed the video. See you guys tomorrow. Never or whatever. See ya.